It is like my beliefs in fitness. If somebody tells you that there's only one way to do something, run the other direction, because there's so many different ways to do things. Everybody is different. Every background is different. Every metabolism is different. There's so many variables, and the same can be said of your business. We can make this duplicatable so that the system is the same, but there's different ways to do this and to grow this. So everybody welcome Lorri Ann. Lorri Ann is actually on, it's 5 p.m. where she is. So she's like, can I hop up to my car? I'm like, absolutely. I'm just so happy that you've come on. So Lorri Ann is a 2-star. She works full time. So she does work this business in the pockets of her day. I love bringing you guys full-time working entrepreneurs to show you that it is completely realistic for you to do this in the pockets of your day. But the reason that I asked Lorri Ann to come on, besides the fact that I love her, is that she is a consistent executive. She does not fall off of executive ever. And so we're going to ask her specifically, how she got to executive, how she holds executive, and she is also a consistent enroller. I see her name on every week, at least 1 to 2 enrollments, like every week consistently. And so a lot of people want to know, what does that process look like? How are you enrolling consistently? Who are you speaking to? We want to share with you guys that there's really no secret here. If someone's doing something well, I promise you, I will reach out to them and I will have them teach us, because that's how you learn as a person. And Lorri Ann and I connected at Celebration, and one thing that we said is a lot of her strengths are some of my weaknesses, and a lot of my strengths are some of her weaknesses. So when you work together with people that are better at you than other things that you may not be good at, and you guys help each other, that's really how you grow. So if there's one thing that you can take away from this, it's to really be clear with what your weaknesses are. Everybody has weaknesses, and what your strengths are. Because if you try to do everything perfectly and you're not, you're going to spin your wheels a lot. But if you are humble and real in the fact that we all have weaknesses and we all have strengths, and you really tap into what you're good at and get help on the things that you're not, which was a huge takeaway from the Rise Up retreat that we did together, you can grow so much faster. So Lorri Ann is a 2-star. Welcome, Lorri Ann. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Can you just tell them really quickly how long you've been with Isagenix and kind of your story on enrolling and how you got started?
Well, first of all, I want to say that Dustina Alley she's the one who signed me up, and she asked me 8 times. 8. So when they say the fortunes and the follow-up, that really is so true. She just didn't give up on me, and I didn't know what I didn't know. I'm been in fitness for a while, and I believe in supplementation, but I didn't. But as you probably know, you get a lot of companies come after you when you're in fitness. And so I just thought, I just wasn't open to it until I needed my own transformation. I was super tired. I'm an Ironman athlete, and I was training really hard and also running my business and managing my coaches and everything else that I do. And I just was exhausted, and I would wake up in the morning still tired, and I'm not seeing any lean muscle gains and going, what the heck's going on with me? And then I sat down to write a book on fitness and nutrition and exercise, and I had major brain fog. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what the heck is going on with me? And so then when I was on my knees, I said yes to Dustina. So then I used the products. I told her, this is going to be so funny to you, Stephanie, as I told her I would never share. I said, I'm never going to share. And so again, I want the people who are on this call and listening to understand that just don't ever give up on your people, because she always was like saying, just come to an event, just see what it's all about. And so after Celebration, I went to Celebration in 2015. I think that was one in San Diego. That was my first one. And then my daughter, I came home from that, and I still was kind of like, yeah, I love the company. I saw the culture. I was like really passionate about the culture, thinking, wow, this company is really doing it right. And then my daughter that same week came home from college and had gained a bunch of college weight and was really not feeling good. I put her on the system, and she had a major transformation in 42 days. She dropped 32 pounds, and better yet, her anxiety went away. She didn't have anxiety anymore. The happy juice really is happy juice. And so I was a product lover for a long time and didn't really understand the business. And then I jumped in after my daughter had her transformation. Then my husband, who I'd been trying to get on the system as well, he jumped on. He dropped 52 pounds. He's a football coach, and they eat horribly. And so he's like, wow, this is really great. And so after I got two people that I love very much on board, I thought, why am I not sharing with the rest of the people that I love? Because I really, truly love people, and I want to make an impact on people's lives, which is why I do what I do. And I thought, this is much more expansive. I can reach so many more people. And so then I became a crystal executive because of the reset that happened in January, and ran for it. And I fell off a couple of times, and then I did a lot of studying on how to make consultants and how to keep consultants. And so that's really what I do now, is that I really want everybody to get their products paid for. So I set people up for that. So
awesome. Okay, so what I want you guys, if you're taking notes, what I want you to really listen to in what she said. Number one, she was a fitness professional. Destina is not a fitness professional, okay? So many of you on here may see someone who looks like Lorri Ann, who has ripped arms and works out all the time and is a fitness professional. And you may think, why would they listen to me? But what she just told you is you don't know what they need. Guys, I was in probably my best shape when I started Isagenix. I didn't do it to lose weight. I did it because I, like Lorri Ann, didn't have energy. So when you talk to people and you see what it is they need, timing is everything. So maybe when Destina first talked to Lorri Ann, she was good. She was like, no, I feel good. I look good. I'm good. But then as time went on, timing was everything. And there was a point where she needed this. And I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're eating. Everybody needs this in their body. So it's just getting down to, sometimes fitness professionals won't admit that. So I think that that's really powerful. I always think back to the top of our business, guys. Holly DeMott enrolled Lori Harder. So think about that. Here's Holly DeMott, who's one of the first ISA millionaires. She won ISA Body. She lost 90 pounds, guys, and she enrolled a fitness cover model. So just always think about that when you're talking to people. Do you believe that this will help them? And if you do, it doesn't matter if they're in better shape. It doesn't matter if they're a fitness professional. They need it. And so that's awesome. And Destina asked 8 times, guys. 7 times is the norm. So that's amazing. I just want to really let that sink in. And then the other thing that I really took from what you said is the transformation piece. Mm-hmm. You had a product experience. Your daughter had a product experience, and your husband had a product experience. That's a happy product user and a happy consultant. 3 people. That's it. If you can do that over and over and over again, it's awesome if you get a Lorri Ann code who then goes on and builds a business. But those are happy product users who are consistent consultants. So that right there is a great start. So I want to ask you, because I know that this is what people are going to want to ask, and I'm going to open it up for questions. You said, I ran to executive, and you just said it like, okay, I ran to executive. Some of them are running to executive right now, and it's not running as fast as they want. What did that look like for you to run to executive? Tell us exactly what it looked like, how you did it.
I continually add to my millionaire list. So I have a millionaire list because it's not going to happen if you don't believe it's possible. So I believe that. It's one of my affirmations. I really believe in affirmations. You got to name it to claim it. You got to say it out loud. And if people don't believe you, well, then you need to not say it to them, because you don't throw your pearls before swine. You just don't do it. Don't share don't share your biggest dreams with people who are going to say from the couch while they're sitting on the couch, not living their dreams. Don't believe those people, because they don't have the courage to go after what they want. You can achieve anything you set your mind to, anything. And I've seen people do it time and time again. And so Don't share those big, beautiful dreams with somebody who's going to just shut them down until you're strong enough to know, until you're around maybe a tribe of people who really support you in your dreams. And also that you believe it yourself. And sometimes you need to say it over and over and over. So then I have my millionaire list. So everybody on this call should have a millionaire list. They should be continually adding people to their list. So I have a list that I am still growing. I'm still growing. So one of the things I did today, I was having a really hard time, is downloaded my Facebook list, because I went through all of my phone list and messaged everybody I knew in my phone. Everybody in my contact list on my phone has gotten a message from me. And I always message, call, text, voice text. And then because I care about people and they don't know what they don't know. And there is something in our system for everybody, whether it be wealth creation. And I need to go back to that real quick, because I do want to say it as a fitness professional, as what you need to tell them is that who wouldn't want another revenue stream from something that is really good for retention for their clients. So just remember that they're looking for things too to grow their businesses. And this is something that a lot of fitness professionals don't think about, as having another revenue stream that is nutritionally related. And it's another tool in their tool chest. So why wouldn't they say yes? So number one, I always am filling my funnel. I'm always filling my funnel. So today I met, when I take a break, when I have a minute, maybe somebody will cancel or I'll have a little bit of time. I went and got my toes done, and I ran into a fitness professional there, and I knew she was the Beachbody coach, and she said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I said, I'm still doing this and this, and then I'm also an executive with a health and wellness company, and I absolutely love the nutrition. And I go, "Aren't you a Beachbody coach?" And she said, "Oh, I'm actually looking for something." Well, bam, right there. So I said, "Oh my gosh, girl, we have got to talk." I go, "Can I schedule time with you next week?" So before she left, now I already knew her. So that was somebody that I knew. Another person that I met, she's actually from the UK. I met her when I was getting a massage last week. I went in for my appointment. She was sitting there. We started talking while we were both waiting. She's from the UK. She's here. Her husband travels back and forth. And so I got her information. We ended up talking. I said, I actually do health and wellness and nutrition, and I'd love to be able to talk to you so about that. And I said, "I know you're getting ready for a massage, and so am I. Are you okay with if I call you later?" She said, "Absolutely." So now I have an appointment with her on Monday of next week. So I'm always planting seeds, and then I always add them to our product page so that I continually can drip on them. So the system is first to get their phone number. I don't automatically ever add anybody to our private Facebook page until they give me permission, because I think I think that you need to have them say yes to you one time. So they're already saying yes, yeah, sure, I'll take a look. And then I add them to the product page so I can continually drip on them. And then I'll go back and follow up with those people so that haven't said yes yet. So usually it takes 3 or 4 connections with that. I typically right now I'm using, I use my phone contacts, people that I'm meeting, new people I'm meeting. I've signed up somebody who was at the airport for celebrations on my way home, just because she was sitting there. She traveled. She's a travel executive. She lives in Denver, Colorado. She bought a value pack from me because she's traveling and she can't eat clean. And she just signed up 2 weeks ago. So it wasn't like August she signed up, in August she signed up, the end of, but I was kept in contact because I want people to know that I'm not a flash in the pan. I'm the real deal, and I really care about them. And then the other thing is that I haven't used LinkedIn yet, but that's on when I run out of leads, I've been adding to my LinkedIn so that eventually I'll be using LinkedIn. I've been building an Instagram. I have one person I signed up from Instagram, which I don't even really know how that happened, to tell you honestly. I'm not an Instagram professional, but I just am all about being authentic on social media, just so that, because I want to draw to me what I want in my life, which I want people who are authentic, like Amy, who was on your call last week. You just want people who are the real deal, because that's what we all want. We want to be around people who truly lift us up, and we get to lift them up. So that's kind of a long answer, but I hope that answered your question.
Oh my God, it's not too long. It's perfect. It's perfect, guys. Okay, so she got her toes done. She got a massage in the airport. We all do those things all the time. That's 3 people right there. Like that's the thing. You're constantly, you're aware. You're not in your phone. You're not focused on you're focused on connecting, but following up and getting information, not connecting to just say, oh, I had a great connection. I went out, I talked to some people, but you're getting their information and you're following up with them. And that's how it's eventually turning into an enrollment. We remind everyone when you first meet someone, the first thing to come out of your mouth is not isogenics, but in the back of your head, you're thinking, how can I help this person?
Totally.
And you'll continue to follow up with them until you can help them. That's awesome. So
I always ask people what they're looking for. Like I always am looking for the keywords. Like when the person I was sitting next to on the plane, she was saying, yeah, I just have such a hard time finding food that doesn't hurt my stomach, when I'm traveling. She was just that, and I said, I have something that it's really pretty amazing. I've been using it for a while, and that was what opened the door up. So it's just a nice way just to get to know people and share with them. You really do have a solution. You really can help them. So that's exciting to me.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And you're attracting it. I mean, you're a perfect example of someone who doesn't, like you just said, you don't have all the perfect social media, Instagram tools, but you're still able to connect because people are seeing your consistency. So you said you did a lot of research on creating consultants. And this is probably the biggest thing right now. Creating consultants. It starts from the very first conversation that you have with them, and we talked about this last week a little bit, but what's happening is we're enrolling people. They're not becoming associates like they used to be. So they used to just become an associate. That BV was in their back office. We talked about the crystal bonuses right away. Now they're coming in as customers. So we're not having those conversations about the crystal bonuses right away. We're not having those conversations. A lot of times what it sounds like is when you get your results, when someone notices, then you can become an associate, then you can start to share. And what we're realizing is that's not happening. People aren't going to raise their hand for that. So why don't you tell us exactly what it sounds like when you enroll someone to get that mindset of them becoming a consultant right away, and how you are creating so many consultants?
So first off, they need to know, I say, as you, Stephanie, saying to one of your people, I'm in your corner, I'm here for you. And I'm so excited you're getting started. I can't wait to see all of the results that you're going to get, whatever it is, what you would have to say specifically what it is they're looking for. Most people, it's weight loss. So or getting rid of abdominal fat. A lot of women want to get rid of abdominal fat. So I can't wait to see how great you look. The holidays are coming. I'm just so excited to get you started. And people are going to notice what is the changes that are happening. You got more bounce in your step. You're going to have a glow. That is going to happen. So be confident when you speak to them. Don't go, well, if that happens, or it might happen. Because you're planting seeds, because people are going to take your lead. They're looking for answers. They want you to have them. So don't let them down by being wishy-washy in your conversation. Be firm, be confident, know that they're going to get results. So that's number one. So so don't say, if you get results, people might ask you. You're going to say, when that happens, people are going to ask you, and I'm going to help you get your products paid for, and I can't wait when that happens. So who would be 2 people that you think might want to join this with you? Because most people are looking for solutions, either to lose weight or have more energy. And I know it's the real deal because I've been using it now for 4 years and I'm excited about it. So who do you know? And they'll tell me 2 people's names, and then I'll say, that's amazing. They're going to be so excited to do this with you. And I can't wait to help them too, because I'll help them just like I'm helping you. And then they say, wow. And I go, and then I said, I'd like to show you what happens. And then I draw out the circles. I always do, you share, they share, because people are blown away. They think they're going to get $25. Well, they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I know the company is extremely generous because of the fact that we don't spend any money on advertising. All the money goes into the people, because we like, unlike Lululemon or BJ's, a restaurant here, they don't give you money for referrals, but we get really nice referrals. So they put their money into their products and into their people. And I think that's really one of the things I love about the company. And so, do you have two names? So they'll give me their names and I draw out the circles and then I go, so when you are looking and feeling amazing, people are going to say it to you. And I want me to be the first person you call so I can help them. Okay. So they go, yeah. And then they're going to do the process. They're going to go, what did Lorri Ann do? And I'll say, well, when that happens, just add them to the group, add them to the product group. And so that they can start looking around and tag them in the transformations album. And because we have a transformations album in ours, and tag them and welcome them to the group, and then send them the same video I sent you. I always send the Just Cleanse video. It's been very successful for me. I really like that video. It's not salesy. Most people are skeptical. Mary Evans talks about being skeptical in that video. I think that takes that objection right out of the way. So they'll do exactly what you do. So I always set people up like they're going to be, and then I do say one other thing, and this is super important. Most of my people get their products paid for. So then it's an expectation. They go, why should I be any different than everybody else? Do you see what I mean? So those are two things I always do. And then I have a whiteboard as I sign up people. I keep track of my people their first 30 days, and I always check in with them the first couple of days. I always press them to put a cleanse day on their calendar. They have to put a cleanse day on their calendar. It is part of our system. A lot of people go, well, can I wait? No, you can't wait. We're going to dive right in. We're not going to wait. And then I'll be with you, and I'm really excited. You can text me or call me if you're having any problems. And so, but it's going to be amazing. So, and then I check in with them before they're around day 7, say, how are you feeling? And then by then, I always tag them in the first 14 days. You got, the one, you're not going to like me the first 3 to 5 days, and then by day 14, they're like, whoa, this stuff's amazing. And so always check in with them around day 14. And say, who do you know? I really want to help you get your products paid for. And so let's get Susie and Sally, who you were talking about, because I'll put that in their notes. So let's get on the phone and talk to them.
That's awesome. So you're constantly casting that vision of them. So you get the names of those two people, you're telling them it's going to happen, you're checking in with them and telling them again. So even if they say like, I want to wait until I get my results, that's fine. You're going to get results. So when you do, who are those two people going to be? So it's constantly changing the posture around that. So it doesn't feel like, when you get your results or when you share, it's not a question, but it's more of a doing.
It's going to happen. You're going to get results. You're going to get results, and you're going to feel amazing. And I'm so excited for you. Yeah. And I've been doing that. All of my people have the expectation that they're going to get results, and then guess what happens? They get results.
Exactly. Yeah, no, absolutely. So I want to open this up for a second now. Does anyone have any specific questions on that? Because I really, really think that when you change the way that you bring people in, and when you say things like most of my team gets their products paid for, and you're really putting that you're planting those seeds, I think that it will change how easily consultants can be made. Obviously, because it works for you, Lorri, right?
Mm-hmm. It does work for me, and it's exciting to see people get their products paid for.
Yeah, and I mean, I joke all the time and say that most of my consultants are my mom friends, my homeschool mom friends, who really were like, how can I afford this? And I was like, this is how you afford this. And most of my business partners are people who came to me and said, okay, I really need to do this and not have it come out of my checking account. I'm like, this is how you do it. So I think that we kind of shy away from people thinking that they have to do this as a business. They don't have to do it as a business, but they can make awesome referrals to have that residual income coming in. If they enroll 6 people or if they have 8 people under them, they're going to get those reorders every single month. And I think that people don't see the value in that, because it's like, oh, okay, well, I enrolled 2 people and I made $200. Yeah, but if you enroll 6 people and they're ordering consistently every month and you guys are all getting results all together, that's how businesses are born. That's what Amy said. She said she enrolled 6 people. That's how businesses are born.
Yeah, and they say that if somebody even earns $1, you probably have a customer for life. And so it's a lot of people doing a little bit, and it's a couple people doing a lot in your business to really help your business grow. And I just have to share with you something I did today that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I was having a hard time because I am technically challenged, and so I should stop affirming that. I'm a work in progress with tech. And so, but I copied, look at this. I'm going to show you guys. I copied all of my friends lists. Look at, this is my friends list that's from Facebook. So I printed it, and now I'm going to be going through that. And so is everybody else, has all of your team printed their friends list? Yeah. So yes. That's important. Yeah.
If you guys haven't done that, someone actually, I don't think she's on tonight, but Sally is someone who was working the business, and she wrote the other day that she didn't have a list. She just admitted she didn't have a list. And so I'm encouraging you guys now that if you are someone who felt like that, who did not have a list and who thought you can just kind of wing it, or I promise you there is no successful network marketer without a list, because it's impossible to keep track. It's impossible to follow up consistently. It's impossible to stay focused. And what happens, this is what happens a majority of the time in network marketing. And I found myself in this trap too. We go to an event and we come home and we are on fire, and we reach out to 100 people, and then we can't keep track of it all. And then 2 weeks down the road, we're back to reaching out to no one again. And if you just do 3 to 5 every single day, and don't do that big jump of on fire and everything's all over and you're not following up, like Lorri Ann said, you are going to be seen more professional that way. You're going to be seen more consistent that way. You're going to be seen as somebody who really does follow up, versus having this big, huge list and, kind of, okay, one week we're doing it, the next week you're not. Then after this event, you're fired up, and then you lose your list, your follow-ups. I mean, guys, I was guilty of that. And now I really, truly have to stick to a certain number a week, and to make sure that I follow up on those. My funnel's not clogged, so I'm not hanging on those people, because I do have some people who are like, oh yeah, I'm going to sign up, and then they don't. I want to make sure I'm moving on, but I'm not forgetting about them, so that I can follow back up, the next month and the next month and the next month. Because like Lorri Ann said, it's really the follow-up. I know that we all want to come out of the gate and we all want to enroll 100 people. And it's awesome if you can do that. But the truth of the matter is the people that don't enroll, maybe the people that enroll 6 months to a year down the road, and they stay and they have great results, and they're loyal, and they become consultants. And that's really what you want.
And I do have something else that we're doing that I also really want to create more retention with the people that I do have, and also open up the door in different ways to different people. So we're doing something called Super Soul Super Soul Sunday for the senses. And it's an afternoon of self-care for women. And we're doing massage, and we're having our expert on essential oils there with 3 different crock pots going with hot washcloths in them. So with 3 different kinds, with what each one is, with what the properties of each one is in front of it, so that people can smell those and take them with them when they come in. And then Shiseido, the makeup company, came on board, and they're doing sassy eye makeovers for the holidays for all of the ladies. And then we have somebody there doing a mini massage, so it's done at a salon that we partnered with. And we're having a sacai bowl bar in the back, so we're making, out of our protein shakes, we're making bowls so that people can put toppings on. And we're inviting current product users so that they can be involved with a culture and a community, and also be exposed to the oils and get some other ideas for products. And then we're doing tastings with bars as well there. And then I'm doing a talk on how to not gain the average 8 to 10 pounds over the holidays. we last time, last one that we did, the Shiseido person she did a talk on no negative self-talk for women, and we did affirmations on postcards. And then we're going to be doing one December 9th about taking a breath over the holidays, and we'll have a meditation in it. So those are some other ideas that have been really popular. We had 30 women at our last one, and right now we have 28 women RSVP'd for this one, and we have room for 30. So it seems to have been a really good way to hold on to people. Sorry, my phone I need to charge my phone.
Don't even worry about it. I want you guys to hear the shift, though, of being a massive enroller is not enough. It's awesome, but it's not enough. But now you are working on retention and building deep and building a team. And that's what's going to be the shift between you growing the stars and really, really growing is the depth and the retention. I love that. And Kristen and Sally, I know you guys are doing some really cool things. I know Diana's doing a workout. Sarah just had an event at her house tonight. So that, I mean, that guys, they may seem like sometimes and tell me if you've ever felt this way, Lorri Ann. Sometimes you leave those events and you're like, I'm not sure that was really income producing. But it is, because you're holding retention and you maybe are sparking a light for some people. And that's really what it is. It's opening up that possibility.
Oh, totally. I had somebody who was just a product user, and she's she's like 300 to 500 BV a month, and a really awesome person, and I love her, but she was missing connection with women. She works in a very male-dominated industry, and so she actually joined my business because of the fact that she wanted more community. So you don't know how what's going to grow your business. So I really like the idea of community and tribe, and I really like women supporting women. I mean, that's my path, and my passion is women supporting women. I just love working with women. I love my husband and I love my 2 boys. I love them, but I just really have this thing for lifting women up and to see strong women empowering other strong women. And so the community and the culture is about us all working together. And that's what I like. That's what I love about this call with you, Stephanie, is that, we have one team. We're not financially linked. We're just doing this because I really have an admiration for you. I really think you're an amazing rock star woman. I love following you on Instagram and on Facebook, and I just think you're amazing. And so
I love that. I want to attract a million Lorri Anns into my business. You're in that universe, because I think you're amazing too. And I was so excited for everybody to meet you, because I mean, some of them have met you, but just to hear from you, because like you said, it's truly because you care about people.
Oh, I do. I do.
It's truly
it's not work to me. It's just, it's a passion in my path for sure. And I'm so grateful for Isagenix. I want to do, put more time into it. It's like when you love everything and you want to do everything. But when I think about my kids are my why. I have 3 of them, and I was on welfare for a while in 1999 and 2000. I had an abusive ex-husband. He's the father of my 3 kids. And so for me, feeling strong in my body has helped me in a lot of different ways. And this nutritional company, to be able to give to my kids who've been there with me through everything, and just, they're amazing people. I mean, I know we all feel that way about our kids. They're 22, 24, and 26, but I want to be able to leave a legacy for them, that they can go and not be in that position to have to work as hard as I worked, to be able to live a life of their dreams. And that's super important to me. So that's why Isagenix means so much to me, besides the fact that I feel really great, so besides that.
That's amazing. I did not know that part of your story. And that just goes to show how strong you are. I got goosebumps when you said that, because guys, again, I say this all the time. I see you, Lorri Ann, and not that there's any particular look to somebody who has ever been in a situation like that, but we may not think that looking at you. We may not see that beneath the surface. So that's super powerful too. And I appreciate you for sharing that so openly. So I have to ask you, because this is really the 2 things that I want to touch on here. talk about the executive pools. We're not going to hide that we are making money in the executive pool. Let's talk about that, because that was a game.
It's so funny because Amy's the master at that, and I love the fact that she reached out to me and said, "Hey, you've got to get going with these pools and understand how they work." So, and she is the expert at it. But I'll tell you what, getting to executive is flip. I looked at what I was bringing in, what I brought in just on the 10% match from my team last month. It was like an extra $800 and something dollars just from the executive match. And so getting to executive should be a non-negotiable for everybody. Getting to executive should be like non-negotiable. If you consider this a business, it's super, super important because you know, you're leaving so much money on the table if you don't do that. And so number one, the executive match is one of the big things. The leadership pools, Amy kills the leadership pools. So oh my gosh, my phone, I'm running out of juice a little bit. And so if you have to, the first executive pool, I didn't hit the executive pool. The first pool that I hit was the director pool. So when I hit director, I got a check for like $3,200, $3,200, and it was right after that celebration, and I got a big tax bill, and for my other business, and I'm self-employed, and so I was like, holy moly! I told my husband, I go, we just got a big fat tax bill, and for our quarterlies, and my director pool paid for my taxes. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I was just so grateful. So people need to understand that, you know, go in the back office and look at those pools, because they are really the real deal. And that's the icing on the cake of an already amazing I want to say income, but it's not our how they pay us. Our compensation plan is crazy. I mean, all the ways that you get paid, getting to executive is like the top notch where you want to be.
So if we have people watching right now that may be close, maybe they're not close, maybe they say, you know what, the month of November, I am going to hit executive. What is the top 3 things that you would tell them to do? What are the 3 things that really help you to push those consultants to hit executive?
Okay, so what they should be doing is be consistent with the reach outs. Now, if somebody's just cruising along, we call it the 3x3x2, which the 3x3x2 is three reach outs to brand new people, 3 conversations with 3 new people, 3 follow-ups, because fortune's in the follow-up, and you've got to write them down. I don't care if you put them in a notepad, if you use an Excel spreadsheet, whatever works for you to keep track. I'm old school. I do a notepad because I can take notes. And then when I talk to somebody, I can say, Susie has 2 kids. She's looking for more energy. She mentioned she hates her job. I write all that down because those are all pain points. And so that number one, if you're really running for executive, you can't do 3x3x2. You can't do that. You have to do it more like 10 by 10 by 2. And the 2 is Facebook posts to draw to you who you want. So, and then when somebody likes your post on Facebook, you go back and say, hey, Susie, you're running for executive. They liked your post. You're going to go back and say, let's say her name is Kathy, so we use a different name. So her name is Kathy. And you say, hey, Kathy, I saw you like my post. Thank you so much for liking my post on energy. Is that something you're looking for? You are reaching out to people, finding out what they're looking for. So you have to use your Facebook page as a way for leads, because the people need you. They need what you have. Don't be shy about it. They're asking you, they liked your post. That's an invitation for you to send them a private message. The second thing is that I always, when I have people who are on the fence, people don't know what they don't know. So you're running for executive. You have some people who are customers, product users. You say, hey, the holidays are coming up. I would love to help you get your products paid for, and also help you not be one of the most people gain 8 to 10 pounds. You can use that fact. 8 to 10 pounds over the holidays. Let's get together and have a launch party for you, or a sip and sample, or a get together, so that we can help some other people in your family not gain the extra 8 to 10 pounds, and you guys could do it together. And there's power when you have a buddy system. So go back through your list and ask the people about getting re-engaged and asking them to have a launch party. It's at the middle of October. There's still time, you guys, to reach out to those people. I would really work on that. And be bold when you're asking. And I don't mean be offensive. I mean listen, and then talk. Don't go, gosh, should I say something? If there's a little voice in the back of your head that says, gosh, should I say something? Then yes, you should say something. So you should address the fact that they're asking you for help, and they just don't know how to ask you for help. So massive reach outs. Really, there is no BV and TV, you guys. There really isn't. If you're really running, I mean, I always think about what Hillary Courtney said when she was running hard. She would work her business from 9 to 9 at night, and that was people time, and then she would roll people after 9 o'clock. And she would drive 2 hours to go and talk to people. So if I were you, I have found more power in belly to belly. And also Chris Harder, how he did his was that he would do it on his commute. He would be calling people during his lunch hour. He would be calling people after work. He would be calling people. Lorri and Chris gave themselves one weekend off a month. The other 3 weekends they were having launch parties. There was no excuses about that. So don't give yourself, I know that might sound hard-nosed, but how bad do you want it? So
no, I love that. I want you guys, if you're on the call right now, to understand that the pace that Lorri Ann is talking about is running. It's if you are running to executive, if you want a 6-figure business. Now, if that's not what you want, that's totally
a whole different story. Yeah,
it's a whole different story. But I want to be transparent in the fact that when we run to executive, when we run to 3-star, that's what it looked like for a little while. And someone said to me today, like, I don't think any of us are working as many hours as you are. And I said, well, I haven't been working as many hours as I'm working now for the past 3 months. I'm starting to now because this is a run phase. So you have to be very clear on what phase you are in your business and what your goals are. And your pace has to match that. So thank you for saying that, because I want you guys to understand that that's not all the time.
That's not all. That would be exhausting, and that's not, and it's hard to live a real life when you're doing that. But you could also, you guys, another thing is that you could also give, if you have small children, you could also have them help you with it by saying, listen, mommy's, going to be doing this you could do 2-week chunks. And then at the end of this, we're going to have a pizza party, or we're going to go on a roller skating party, and engage them and say, where are we at now, mommy? And, put it up on a board so everybody can see what you're doing. But you guys, I have to go because I have to go coach again.
Yeah. No, go. You're good. Thank you so much. I'm going to end with some questions with them. Lorri Ann, I love you. Thank you so much for doing this for our team. We'll definitely have you on again for another subject. And if they have any questions and they want to ask you directly, I will shoot them over to you. So don't worry. Go have fun.
Okay. Thank you so much. You guys
have a good night.
Yeah. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I love you, Stephanie. You're just amazing.